Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PSGL, PST Season 29, F40, round number 13 at the USA Grand Prix. We have a full grid tonight, which is great to see, and hopefully we're going to have some more exciting racing after we had Mexico, where our championship leader made a crucial mistake on the tyres, pitting a bit too early and unfortunately getting a punch from the left front, which cost him a good result and a possible podium finish. Rudy also on the final lap also got a punch in the end, but still got more points than Trinity. Now then, USA, who is going to win today's race? Will it be DV? Will it be Knuth? Will it be Trinity? Or will it be somebody else new who hasn't had a win in some time? As we go into qualifying, I was waiting now people to pick their tyre choice. I still don't know why this is an option on the game when you can't change the tyre choice option on this, but it is. I was looking at the updated F4 standings then, so Trinity still leads with 92 points to his name. He's got a 9-point gap to Knuth and DV, as Knuth's also now going to the championship fight. So we might have a 4 drivers fight for the championship on the final round, maybe 5 if Rudy can keep in there. And then Rudy's 4th with 77 points. He's got a 15-point gap, and then Ron Zeus is 5th with a 22-point gap to the leader. So he's doing well keeping in that fight. He's just out right now with a 22-point gap, as we have USA, Baku and Brazil remaining then of the season. So it's USA today, and hopefully the drivers can have a good session as the weather is clear, so that is good. Constructors right now then, it's still could actually be a 5-horse race for the Constructors Championship still. 5 teams what are in it is Haas, AlphaTauri, Red Bull, McLaren and Aston Martin, who are in 5th with 88 points. Leaders are Haas, Jabraka and DV with 118, AlphaTauri in 2nd with 111, Red Bull of Trinity and Aston Martin with 101. So the Red Bull can have a solid points finish after both Red Bulls last week didn't score any points. As we already have drivers out on track already, and that is Shisu Zyman right now in the Ferrari. Hopefully he can have a good race today. And I believe the only penalties which are carrying over for this weekend is JR on Scott Lautus has a qualifying ban, and to ruin his day even more, he also has a 10-second time penalty for the race. So he's got a lot of hard work to do, and we did hear about Cameron having one at Portugal, and I believe he did score points in the end. So it's still possible to score points this weekend, even with a 10-second time penalty. Good morning, Manny, if that's all I call you. I can't really say your first name, I don't know how you pronounce that, but good evening. As we're down to 16 minutes remaining of the session of quali. I think we'll probably only get 3 runs in for everybody on quali laps, so 2 soft runs and 1 medium. It's interesting already that a lot of people are going straight out on the softs. Simon is preparing his flying lap now. Coming into the final couple of corners. Also got to watch out for track limits this weekend. Then Simon will be watching the lap times now as he begins his flying lap. Down the long straight and the home straight now. Approaching turn number 1, trying to get close to that exit curve as possible. Then turning, get a nice line, hit the hairpin there. Rides by the exit curb, nice and tidy through 1, into 2 now. Coming in the S section where you're going to be really quick on your reflexes. A nice smooth line, nice and tidy there. Ooh, went down to 4th. That's probably not the best gear to go in. Put it right into 5th now as he's coming in the 2nd second. There's the Haas ahead of him. The Haas needs to get out of the way. Keeps it within track limits. Ooh, really struggled in that part of the track with Simon did there. So it might not be a good first sector. Let's see if he can make some time in the 2nd and 3rd. Now look, there's yellow and 3, that's people backing off for their laps. And people moving out of the way for Simon, as they should. And the Haas and the McLaren are getting a bit racy. Also the Ferrari fighting on track of the Alps. Oh, then Simon now into the left-hander, approaching the end of sector 2 now. Let's see what his second sector is. A 1 minute 2 flat there. So I don't know if that is quick enough, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. He's now through the double left now, which he's going up to the fast right-hander. The triple right-hander now. Nice and tidy, nice and flowing that. Into the left. Keeps the car under control. Into the final corner. A bit hesitant there with the turn and the throttle. To the line. And it's a 132 flat as provisional pole. As I believe that is Rudy. He takes pole position now. 31.689. So that's the quickest at the moment. I believe Knuth was next. No, he wasn't. It was Philip actually starting his lap. Let's try and get on the right car then. We're going on Freaky Fast now, who's finishing his flying lap. Simulix goes into third with 32.1. Freaky Fast goes now third with 32 flat there. So very close now between Simon and Freaky Fast. As there is a Red Bull coming around the final corner. I believe that's Trinity. It is Trinity. Third right now with a 32 flat. So he's had a alright lap there. He's been disappointed in qualifying sometimes. Hopefully that is behind him. As I believe Martin is next. Up to the line. Round the final corner, DRS activate, and it is into second position, 31.9. So second person in 31 as Ron Zeus, coming back from his Mexico walls as he ended his race last week. Unfortunately not scoring any points, but right now he's on pole position. As LRB goes into 8th place. Somebody's just moved up. I don't know who that was. That might have been Noah, as Cameron is about to begin his flying lap. As Knuth is now invalidated, so that is a shame for him. What about Zane? Zane's on a lap with Jabraka. Jabraka is backed off. Philip then, so we're on the next car to set a flying lap time. Currently Philip in 18th position with no lap time set, obviously, on the medium compound of tyre. Coming in the final couple of corners there. Expect a medium lap time probably to be a high, 32, maybe a mid. But he has invalidated, so let's see what his invalidated would have been. A 33.7. Zainot goes 11th place with 32.3 there. So very close at the moment between the top 11. And then there's Noah with a 41.8. And is that Noah going for another run? It is Noah going for another run. Really keeping close to that line. Into the final corner then, so this is going to be his representative time. It's 5th place at the moment with 31.990. Good lap there from him. As I believe... Oh, there's Cameron. There is yellows into the hairpin. And looks like he's just lost complete traction in the Red Bull. And hopefully he can get the car under control and hopefully have a good qualifying this time, because he was a bit unlucky last weekend. What about Philip? He's doing a lap? No, he's not. What about Knuth? Knuth might be doing a lap right now. If he is the only one actually on another flyer. On the mediums, you can't risk doing 2 laps on them. Mediums are a durable tyre compared to the softs. Through the triple right. Nice and tight there. Into the left corner now. Keeps under control. More yellows. That's Mercedes going slow. I think going in the pits made a mistake. However, Knuth to the line now. DRS activated, and it's going to be a 32.7. So only 15th on mediums, and he's back at the pack on times, but the guys behind him obviously haven't set lap times yet, so they'll be behind him. But will Cameron go for another run? It looks like he is, so let's go on board with him. As Tuxtman then begins his flying lap then with a 2 minute 7.4 is his banker. Invalidated, but obviously he can beat that. Coming into the break, he's on a bit of a lock up there. Ooh, big lock up actually. Into turn 1, now into 2. Rides the curve now. He's got to get a good run through this S section. It's easy to invalidate, but he's keeping it under control. Nice and tidy there from Toxic. Through the next right hander now. He's got a sharp left in the sector 1. 25.3 isn't purple, obviously. He's on the mediums. 25.3 isn't bad. Keeps you just within the line. Oh, but he's off, and he's off the track. And okay, that is a bit of exceeding track limits there. Into the hairpin. Hopefully he can keep it under control this time, and he does. Nice and tidy on the power, but I don't think he'll keep the lap going, as he was completely off the track there. But right now then, down the big long straight where there's a lot of overtaking going to be happening into this corner. Maybe some 3 wide overtakes into the left hand. Okay, I don't know if I'm seeing things, but in my opinion, he's off the track completely at certain parts. As he's now going for the double left. So it looks like there's an air up. He's got some more fans today. And the Toxic still continuing on the lap. Through the final 2 corners, will he decide to pit? And yes. So he wasn't going to finish that lap because that was a bit weird, that. Okay, then Shane on a flying lap right now, just passing the Aston. So now he's approaching the triple right-hander. We could see some overtaking opportunities if we get close enough, but I don't really expect it. But it could happen. Hopefully there's no major chaos in turn 1 like last week. Out they're helping the Shane. Oh, Rhea really snapped there. Good car control. Goes into 5th there. He's probably at least lost 2 tenths, maybe even a 10th there. So he could easily improve and try and challenge for 3rd place on the grid. But he's going to be happy with that. But he knows he can improve quite easily there. As there's an Alfa Romeo of Jax, I believe. No, it's not Jax. It's actually LRB beginning his final lap in the Alfa Romeo. Anybody else on a finishing lap? Martin might. Actually, it might be his teammate, to be honest. It might be Simlix. It is Simlix. And actually, there is a Haas going quickly. I think that's Jabraka. It is Jabraka then. Jabraka now approaching the final corner. And Simlix has left the session. He can't rejoin in quali though, as it can cause a glitch, I believe. If that is the rules. And Jabraka then into 14th with a 32.251. So he will be happy with that lap time. Not the best, but it is a close grid at the moment. The only people that set lap times, Tuxi Tomato and Philip. Obviously JR won't be setting lap time because he has a quali ban. Anybody else finishing laps? There's a Ferrari, I believe that was Zane just coming across the line. He's set a 32.3, as I believe Rudy is next. Okay, for some reason it wasn't letting me spectate Rudy. That was weird. Actually, I don't know what time Rudy's set now. Then we'll go on board with his teammate Noah, who's on an out lap. DV's also on an out lap. Actually, what about that Aston? Does that run Zeus on a flyer? He's backed off. I think LRB is the next up. Yes, he is. He's coming into some traffic though. Simbo's just ahead of him. He's going to get a cheeky bit of slip though. The final corner coming to the line, and 12 quickest right now with a 132 flat there. And look how close the top grid are right now. Really close there. And the Astons again locking out the front row at the moment with 6.5 minutes remaining in the session. And Knuff's really struggling, it looks like. 17th on the grid at the moment. Oh, he's not just done. Did he just invalidate there? He actually did. How did Rocco just invalidate that lap? Oh, there he is. Really fast in 3rd. Coming to the line. No, he's going to the pits then. And then the Gustav. What about Gustav then? Let's see what he can set in the Mercedes. Ooh, really kicking out a little bit. People really struggling with the rear end. And it's provisional pole. 131.308. Gustav had some strong pace last weekend, starting at the back of the grid. And today, looks like that pace has continued to USA, so maybe Gustav could be one of the guys winning this race. There's Noah now, coming to the line. Is he improving? And he is. He takes provisional pole now, 131.275. So Noah's got some pace there, which quite surprised to be honest, because last week his pace wasn't really there, but good job there for Noah. DB doing what he needs to do for the championship. 3rd place at the moment, miles ahead of his championship rivals, as the Astons 4th and 5th. As Knuff moves into 5th position then, does set a good lap now, 31.4. So decent lap there from him, as right now then I think both Red Bulls are on laps, so is Trinity going to the pits. Trinity's going to the pits. What about Cameron? Cameron is actually on a fly. He hasn't invalidated or anything like that. Hopefully he can keep it under control for the final couple of coins. Oh, he hesitated, and that's what invalidated him. He's going to be furious with himself. And Cameron, or Toxic, doesn't get a good lap as he run really wide there. And he would have done 31.3. And that would have actually put him up there. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. Won't be happy with that. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. So he knows he has the pace, it looks like. So, yeah, he's going to be really annoyed with himself. And silly invalidations there from both Red Bull drivers. Simon is apparently... No, Simon's actually got no front wing. And the Ferrari is... well, he's had either a trip in the barrier or he's had a trip with another car, so he's not going to be happy with that. He needs to pit, and he's going off the track. I don't believe anybody else actually on flyers, to be honest. No. But speaking about guys who are going to be on flyers soon, it's Jabraka. Jabraka then will be going on his final run in the Haas, currently 17th with a 1:32.251. Gap to him and his teammates almost a second. Haas are still leading the constructors, so they're doing what they need to do at the moment, maybe on opposite strategies for the race. But if they want to continue to lead the constructors, they need both drivers at least in the top 10 in quali and have a good race. I'm just waiting Jabraka then through the double triple right now, as he's really just backing off there, trying to save as much fuel as he can. But he's going to pick up the power and begin his final run of the session. He has enough time if he makes a mistake to give it another go, but you don't really want to do 2 laps on the Haas soft tyres. On the wife's Haas there, but especially soft tyres, as he now begins his final run then in USA qualifying session for the season 29 PSGL F4 tier. Round the turn number 1 now. He's really kicking out. Into the S section he goes. Really fighting that curve there. Almost sends the car spinning. Into the left now. Nice and tidy. He's currently a couple hundreds down on his time. 800s to be precise. And he's invalidated. So he's going to have to give it another go. And that's a shame there for him. And Simlix, I don't know if I can invite you, because I believe there's a rule that you're not allowed to join quali. I don't know if it'll glitch it again. I actually don't have you on my friends list, so the host can also have to invite you, Matt. Ron Zeus then, picking up the pace now. He will be the person first to finish his lap. Currently in 4th with a 1:31.345. And he's showing some strong pace in quali. But is this all it is just quali pace? Because he's been struggling lately in the races. He needs to have a couple more good results to keep in this championship fight. There's only 3 rounds, this, and Baku and... Fan around now. Baku and... Baku in Brazil. Nice title through the triple right. He's going to have to watch out for that Haas. That Haas needs to know that Rontus is on the lap. Moves out of the way there. Round the final corner, Ron Tunetank coming to the line, and it's provisional pole with a 1:30.9, win the 30s now, and Gustav now begins his flying lap as well, and is that Trinity? No, it's Cameron who's now starting his flying lap. We've got a Williams, I believe, on Alpine just up the road. It's freaking fast. I believe he needs to pit, and yep, he's in. Is it Jax then next? No, it's not. It's LRB. He's invalidated, but qualifying's over then for him, as Trinity now has also invalidated. So yet again, he's bottled it in quali. He's really not getting good grips to qualifying lately, and that's really going to be a kick in the teeth. As Jax now comes to the line, moves to 6th, a 31.453, and there's an other Alfa Romeo into the wall. As the next Aston Martin Slimbo also invaded it, and it would have been a 31.2. Oh, very close there. We'll probably be in 1.3. As Noah, I believe, or was that Rudy? It was Rudy. Moves into 3rd, and Noah's given up. His lap isn't good enough. What about Knuff now? Or is that Philip? It's actually Philip then who's next. He's coming to the line as Martin will be after. Oh, just makes an error and doesn't improve. Martin now coming to the line. Doesn't improve either. Knuff next. As then we have a Ferrari. I don't know which Ferrari it is. I believe it's actually Simon. And Knuff moves to 6th after Zane jumped in. But Simon moves into 11th now. And the Haas of DV's finished his lap. It's Jabraka who's next. And also Gustav. I think Gustav's being held up by the Haas. Oh, and you can really see the grip difference between the Haas and the Merc, and that's a bad lap there. What about Toxic? Has he finally got a lap together? Has he got it under control? And yes, he has! Toxic tomorrow moves into 6th, finally gets a good qualifying session. There's a 31.334, moves into 6th position. What a lap there for Cameron after he's had a disappointing couple of races and qualifying sessions, so you'll be happy with that, and the Red Bull team as well will be happy with that for the constructors, since one driver is in the top 10. So now we're just waiting for Ron Zeus to retire. So here is your official qualifying session then. Ron Zeus picking up the pace and to keep his championship alive in 1st. Gustav in 2nd. Noah in 3rd. Rudy in 4th there. Only 3/10 from the top 4. DV in 5th. And look how close. 4th all the way to 8th position then. Tuxtamar, best qualifying lately in 6th, Knuff in 7th, Uppy's in 8th, Jax in 9th, Slimbo in 10th, Freaky Fast in 11th, Simon 12th, Shane in 13th, Jabraka 14th, Martin in 15th, LRB in 16th, and Trinity, not good enough, he needs to do better than that, in 17th, hopefully he can have some good luck in the race, Simlix 18th, Philip 19th, and last and not least, who had a qualifying ban and a 10-second into the race, is Latus. So that is qualifying over then, let's get ready for the race. The skies are clear yet again, no cloud in sight. So I'm gonna have some good racing. Something slagged out again. Hopefully he can make it. As we go down to the countdown then, before the formation lap begins, 3 seconds remaining until we have the lights to go green. So here we have then the predicted pit stop strategy, soft, medium. So maybe some guys are thinking doing a 2-stop. Could be a possibility, 2-stop could be quicker. I would know if I did the whole FF10 race, but yeah, maybe the 2-stop might be up there. We did see some 1-stoppers last week, unfortunately got ruined after tyres couldn't make it, so it could be a 50-50 split between the guys on strategies today. So then, top 10 obviously are on the soft tyres. However though, Freaky Fast, Shane and Simlix all on softs. And then we have the rest of the guys, Simon, Jabraka, Martin, LRB, Trinity and Philip and Latus all on the medium compounded tyre. Nobody decided to go hard who didn't make it in the top 10. That's not surprising, to be honest. The hards are a terrible tyre to go on. But I'm going to do my top 4 race prediction then. I think the Alpha Tauris are going to get a 1-2 today, with Rudy first, obviously, Noah second. Then I'm going to go with DV in third. Now fourth, I'd either give it to Trinity or DV, sorry not DV, Knuth for fourth, because I feel like they've got the pace to be up there. Trinity needs a good strat and needs to be in some clean air and get out of traffic since he's starting near the back. Knuth needs to get out of any danger at the start if there's a collision between the AlphaTauris and the Mercedes. So that's going to be my top 4 prediction. As I always say, if you guys want to put your prediction, then do put them in the chat and I might read them out. As Ron Zeus then preparing to keep his championship hopes alive. The rest of my team also need him to get some good results. Same with Slimbo. Slimbo's in 10th, so Aston needs some good results for the constructors. They can't have Haas and AlphaTauri keep pulling away. I believe Aston's actually still in it, so I could be wrong, but I believe they're still in it. Well then, as we're waiting for... Actually, we're waiting for Philip to line up on the grid. Simblix isn't in the session, so I don't think he's going to be able to race then in the end, and that is a shame. As I'm waiting for the Merc to line up on the grid. Well then, all cars have lined up now, as we're going into the 5 red lights for the USA Grand Prix, and they're out, and it looks like the Mercedes has had a cracking start, but so has the Aston. Keeps it under control, and look at the Haas there in the background, and look at Cameron, talk to tomorrow, making a move, he's making positions, and he's already into 5th position. Good overtake there on Rudy, and that's what he needs, and that's what Trinity needs for his teammate to play the championship game. But look at Gustav. Gustav has taken the lead of Ron Zeus. Gustav, good start yet again with DV now in the 3rd place. He needs to watch out from Noah and Toxic, not that far behind as there's chaos. I think there is chaos. Somebody's gone off, and I believe that was Freaky Fast. He's lost a ton of time, and Jabraka I think's been caught in that incident as well. So something has kicked off at least. As right now though, everyone is keeping it clean, and look at Rudy now trying to send it back on Tux D'Amato possibly, but he can't get a good run. And Shane now, so actually Jax and Simon, it looks like, made an error, and he's losing time in positions. He needs to make a move on if he wants to try and make this work, as we're going to go on board with Shane if he's any closer to making an overtake on Slimbo. And yes, he is. Looks like no, he decides to stay behind. And oh my god, watch out for that Alfa Romeo. What is that Alfa Romeo doing? He's being a maniac, as Rocco is on a mission right now for his championship into 13th. This guy's got some solid race pace at the moment, and we're on in lap 1. Ron Zeus then still in 2nd, trying to keep up with Gustav, as Martin's now dropped to 16th. Both Williams then not having a good start to the race. One's obviously not here, but Martin's having a real tough day today. I wonder if he's got some damage. Maybe he was the one who had some contact. No, he's lost another position now, 18th. It looks like he's either got some floor damage, he's got damage it looks like, and he's in the pits, and yep, it looks like damage. So I think these two came to blows, Freaky Fast and Martin. However, back to the battle for the lead of the race. Gustav still leads, Ron Zeus quite close in 2nd, so not that far off, as we can see Slimbo and Shane still scrapping away now. Slimbo's just trying to get in there, trying to get on the inside, but just can't make it work. Just this dirty air, and just wait till the new regs come in. Hopefully none of this dirt is a thing anymore, but look how close these two are getting close to each other. Latos gets a 3-second time penalty, so now he has 13 seconds worth of penalties then. Oh my god, he almost loses it there. Slimbo's got to watch out, he's got Jax right on him, and Jax isn't a guy who's scared to make dive bombs, and Trinity ran a bit deep there into the hairpin corner, avoiding the Ferrari, and no overtakes at the moment at the front. This is the closest battle, and it looks like Slimbo might send it. He's thinking about it, he's going to the inside, and he's going to the inside, he's going to make the move, and actually I'm going to make Tox Tomato and Rudy are scrapping ahead. We're going to jump on that battle dead quick, as it looked like Cameron might have made an error, and Rudy tried to go for the run, but it looks like he didn't work. So Cameron is playing the team game, and he's doing a cracking job right now keeping Rudy behind. Speaking of guy who wants to keep his championship going on a good streak, it's Knuth, currently in 7th. trying to catch up with Rudy and trying to possibly make an overtake. Oh, is he hesitated yet again on the wheel there? It looks like he turned a bit too early and then wasn't happy with the steering and tried to correct it. It's Gustav's that's the fastest lap, 35.7 on the soft compounder tyre. Softs won't last that long until they start dying out compared to the mediums. I wonder if any of these guys are going to stretch their soft runs, risk getting undercutted and trying to make a one-stop work. It's very close right now, the top 17. All in DRS range, everybody else is out of DRS range, who are 18th, 19th, 20th. As Cameron's picked up his first 3-second time penalty. And he doesn't want to pick up too many penalties as it could affect him later on in the race. And Rudy's picked up a 3-second time penalty, so maybe Rudy followed his line. Oh, yellow's in sector 2. That is a McLaren going slowly. And it's Philip. He's lost the full front wing of the car. And that's going to be a big pit stop and a big job to repair that McLaren. Hopefully there's no floor damage, as that is in the game, obviously. And hopefully might be a safe corner then. Don't give up. There's always a chance of that. As right now, though, we're going to go on board with Knuth there. Looked like he was making a move. Rudy making errors all over the place. Looks like Rudy's just not awake at all at the moment. The McLaren is really hungry. Really wants this championship over Rudy, it looks like, because Rudy's just making error after error. To be honest, I actually will have to agree with it is one of the calmest races, to be honest. Especially the ones I've come to, like Britain I think was a messy race. I've seen past F4 streams where it was messy at Zandvoort. I believe there was a massive crash. Last week there was a couple of incidents, so it's good to have a bit of calm, but I do like a bit of aggressive nature as well to the drivers. I don't like just being passive all the time, but Slimmer then trying to keep, oh look at that rear, he's just trying to keep the car under control and stay with Shane, but Jax isn't that far off, and Simon Trinity's still doing a good job keeping this DRS range, and Jack's really struggling with the dirty air, so maybe these soft tyres aren't working as they were earlier on. I'll look back to the fight ahead. Rudy now got a bit of a gap now to Knuth, but he's made another error there, running a bit wide, but picked up a warning. Gustav still leads with a 5/10 gap. Obviously DRS is activated, so Ron Zeus now making a move on the inside, and he is through there. Easy overtake there, a lot more straight line speed. And oh my god, look at Jax, he's making a almost 3 wide move possibly on Slimbo, and nope, Slimbo, oh my god, what is Jax doing? That was very aggressive there, and that's what the aggressive nature I'd like to see in F4 is Jax now in 10th, Slimbo in 9th, and Shane just lost 2 positions, was just in a straight. Oh, but hang on, Shane's coming back at him. Oh, there's going to be contact. Oh, a bit of wheel banging, nice and tidy on the exit though. As they're going, as I said, possible overtakes through this triple right. If you get a good run, Shane's thinking about it, but he just can't get it in there. As he's going to try and get the switch, but no, has to stay behind, and he's lost 2 positions there, and I think he's going to start losing more positions. Yellow's in sector 3. That is a Haas going slowly. That is Jabraka. Jabraka hasn't got any wing damage, but that isn't good for the constructors, as they're going to be losing points to the AlphaTauri and Red Bull at the moment. Actually, only Aston Martin and AlphaTauri, not Red Bull, my bad. So we're on board with Zane right now. He's keeping up with Knuth. He's doing a good job. I've just noticed Philip's on hard tyres. He's trying to make them to the end. So he's going for the aggressive one stop, but I don't really think that's going to help him, because the hards are just a disgusting tyre. They just don't work. Don't heat rubber in, don't heat up, and when they do, it's just too late. The guy's already made a pit stop and pulled away. So Zane trying to keep up with Knuth now. I wonder if the gap to lead will change. As oh, hang on a minute, what's happened here? Trinity's made another error, and he's now dropped to 14th. He had some solid, Jesus Christ, look at the Mercedes straight line speed. JL Altus making a move on Simon now. Very close, almost wheel banging, and well, there you go. That was an easy overtake, and he made 2 there. So start of the straight, he made it. Oh, hang on, the Ferrari isn't done. The Ferrari's trying to come back at him, very close there, that front wing to his rear tyre, and nice and tidy between these two, between Simon and JR. As don't count out Trinity, he's not that far off. OLRB in that matter of fact, as we are now seeing a potential fight for 4th between Toxic Tomato and Noah. They close a bit up this time around. But it looks like Trinity's running at higher wings than the guys ahead of him, it looks like. As we'll go on board with the Mercedes again. And he's okay for now. Don't really see that many overtakes on this straight, to be honest. It still amazes me that the top 7 is still just within DRS range. And look at Trinity making a move there, very optimistic. In a turn 1, I was saying you couldn't really make moves there, but he's done it. Now he's in the 13th. Simon probably was just unaware of that, trying to get back inside, trying to get in that range to make a possible overtake. But right now he's really struggling with dirty air, and that dirty air is really affecting his car. As the Alfa Romeo is probably getting the worst of it all. He's getting double dirty air there from the Red Bull and the Ferrari. As we're only on lap number 6 now. Ronzu's retook the lead on lap number 3, so he's doing a cracking job. But right now we're going to go on board with the Mercedes. As he's trying to keep up with Shane, he just doesn't have the pace on the straight now as he did earlier on. As Cameron's actually now almost out of DRS range, so either he made an error or no, he's just picked up the pace a tiny bit. Shane is holding the 11th for now. Mercedes about to, remember he has a 10-second time penalty, and Knuff gets a penalty now. 3-second time penalty added to his time. And Trinity's now starting to reel back in the Mercedes since he's just getting caught in the dirt, the Alpine. And he's not that far out of points yet. Well, remember, DV will be taking a massive chunk. He's only got 9 points behind. DV at the moment will be scoring 10. So right now, I believe DV will take the championship lead with this result. So all that advantage Trinity had has been thrown out the window since Mexico, and hopefully that doesn't ruin his championship near the end of the season. But right now then, he needs to pick up the pace a tiny bit more to just gain the points to keep the lead. And Sainz now dropped off Knuff, so one of the top 7 now in the DRS range. Oh, Jack's making a move on Slimbo. Oh, hang on a minute. What happened to Slimbo? Has he had a puncture or something? Because the rear of the car really wiggled. Oh, and he's hitting the Red Bull there, Trinity. You don't want to get too close to him. And there we go. Trinity now moving to 12. So something happened to Slimbo. I did miss that. Apologies for that. But it looked like he had some damage or something. And speaking about overtakes right now, Lotus making a move on Shane. 10th. Oof, very close. Almost pushing him off the track there. And Shane isn't quitting, he's still putting his nose in there, and he's pushing him back. You know, you can push me, I'll push you back there. And he gets the move, and look at Trinity, he's getting a bit racy now. He's now seeing the mix. Well, he knows he can get past these two, he knows he's quicker, but he's just going to have to plan it when he can do it. He has to lift off a little bit now through the triple right, because that day will be affecting him, and he's going to have to decide when to go for it. Oh, he's just error there in the braking zone, got a bit too close there, almost ran into the back of him, but he's trying his best as Slimbo has gone in the pits. I thought someone took him out then. So Slimbo and up he's in the pit lane then, as we're going back on board with JL Lutus making a move on the inside yet again on Shane, and there we go, he's ahead, but oh, the grip difference doesn't work, and Shane's trying to go on the inside. Oh, he has to back off there now into the S section, really picking up the pace, but he's got to watch out in the mirrors. He's got Trinity right in his tail, and Trinity is looking hungry. Maybe the soft tyres have decided just to pack in altogether in the Alpine, and Trinity's mediums are starting to wake up. Trying to get a good run into the little chicane. He gets a good run, but has he got enough power to just get ahead of him? He's getting it. He's going on the inside. They're going side by side now into there, but oh, almost wheel banging there. And Trinity now moves into 10th position. He's going to keep the championship lead at the moment, as they're going side by side. Oh my god, it's very close between the Alpine and the Red Bull. One of them's going to have to give if they get a bit too close, and it is the Alpine. But look at the Ferrari. He isn't that far off. Shane thinking about going back on the inside, but Simon, locks the rears a little bit, almost loses the rear end. Shane hits the back of the Red Bull and may have got some minor front wing damage, but he might decide just to put it in the pits now, as Jax now has lost position to JL Louters. You guys did say it was calm. It's now starting to pick up a little bit. And right now then, Rudy's actually lost position. We missed that. Rudy and Knuff switched positions, and no wonder why we've missed that. Rudy has got major damage to the right end plate, and he's pitting. Oh no! Oh no, I thought he was double stacking actually, but he didn't. I thought Noah decided to pit, but that is the Red Bull of Tuck Cameron. So he decided to make the pit stop early. They want to set us up, and Rudy's DNF. Rudy's retired. This is crucial for the championship. This is great news for DV, great news for Ron Zeus, and great news for Trinity and Knuth, that one of their championship contenders has decided, you know what, I've had enough, we're retiring the car in worth my while in the USA Grand Prix. So Rudy will be disappointed with that. Trinity's just trying to keep up with Lautus right now. He's doing a cracking job. And let's see where Toxic Tomato came back out on track in clean air. So he's going to have to use all this clean air as best as he can, and he's really fighting that car in the S section now. As we're going back on board with Ron Zeus, lost position to Gustav a couple of seconds ago. We missed that again, as we'll keep an eye on the fight between Trinity and Lautus there. And Rudy has left session, so he has called it a day. Let's have a look. Gap to leader from Toxic, 22.1. I believe the pit stop around here is under 18, so I believe it's under 18, it might be 19, so it's really close, and it would be interesting when all these guys pit. Ronzu's tyres don't look like they're working anymore. And his teammate pit, so he can pit and not double stack with the Aston. Who's going in then? So the Mercedes is in. The Mercedes is in then. Ron Zeus and DV, they are saying out. Maybe they're thinking about the one-stop strategy. So Noah and Gustav in the pit lane. Same with Knuth, but interesting that Ron Zeus and DV are staying out. JL Autos now moves into 4th with Trinity now in a 5th. Scratched out in a 4th now actually, since I didn't realise Knuth pit. So it's going to be interesting how the turn of events play out. We're going to watch Noah leaving the pit lane. Has Cameron done enough? He's coming to up to the line. Coming up to him, and the answer is no. But he gained a lot of time. He's ahead of Knuth, obviously, but he gained a lot of time there in the pit stop. So he's going to have to try and gain that time he did lose then, since Noah got out ahead of him. Back on to his tail. Zane picks up a 3-second time penalty there in the Ferrari. So on lap number 10 of this race, CRG Blizzard is saying 20 for the win. CRG's dead, Matthew. Get rid of that. Should be go up, Blizzard, but enough about F1. Good luck in your PSGL F1 race today. Although, back to the action ahead between Jabraka and Gustav. Gustav makes an easy overtake there on Jabraka, and it looks like Cameron is making a possible overtake on Noah, who's gaining there. On that camera angle, it looked a lot closer. Bit of a lock up there, which is going to hurt him. Noah off the track. Picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be crucial. As Ron Zeus and DV decide to pit then, so have they lost a chunk of time? It's going to be close. I think they're going to get ahead, obviously, but it is going to be close. We'll stay on board with these two. There we go, Ron Zeus just keeps ahead of him. I don't think they've done enough. They've missed the calculation, and Noah, I think he's just ahead of DV. He is. DV's been absolutely undercutted there, and if Cameron pitted maybe a lap earlier than he did, he could have probably been challenging for the lead of this race. Hang on, what is Noah doing? Noah is off! Noah's into the wall, and he is round. That is front wing. Could that be a safety car? He's still spinning the car, and there we go, he's back under control, but wow. Big impact there. I think he just lost the rears with the grip. And there goes Toxic Tomato now, net 3rd place. I think he gave up first. I think that's why. I think he got too much damage and he couldn't be bothered. So we're on lap number 11 then. Trinity's done a bit of time now, allowed us. Gap now 1.3, but he's got Simon all over his tail. So we're going to watch out Ron Zeus now. He's got to watch out that he doesn't get held up. And that is a shame there. Noah got ahead of DV and then it just ended up horribly. He just lost the rear into the S section, went a bit too quick and went into the wall. Simulix' AI is in the pit lane. So I'm going to keep an eye on this fight right now, as this could be crucial for the race, as Trinity still could be on the race winning. He's on the medium compounded tyre. If he's trying the one stop, I think everyone's going to try. As Ron Zeus then, I'm going to make an overtake. No, yeah, fifth. He's actually third, I believe, or fourth in the championship fight, so it's going to as well affect that. So he's not going to be happy, and AlphaTauri not going to be happy because they were going to outscore Haas and outscore Red Bull. So it's kind of ruining both ways there, and DV's now through. Oh, and look at that. Both AlphaTauris are out. Oh my god, Cameron almost went for a little lunge there. Almost going for it again. Oh my god. This is going to end in tears between one of these two. Lars is trying his best just to block Cameron, not let him through. And will Cameron send it? And the answer is yes, he will. And Cameron is through. Cameron into 8th place there, held his nerve, and he's in 8th place now. He needs to catch up with DV. If he wants to help his team in any way, he needs to catch DV and Ron Zeus for the championship. But he's just keeping the car just ahead of Jabraka right now, and yep, he's holding that line. And speaking about fights, DV's gone a bit deep into the corner. Look at Ron Zeus going for a perfect switcheroo. Side by side now, going for the right-hander. The Haas is just ahead of the Aston, but will the Aston get the second run? He's keeping the car on the inside, and he's got him. But will the switchback of DV work, or will it not? And the answer is no, it won't for now, as Cameron's back into DRS range, so he's doing what he needs to do to keep up with these two. I was back to Ron Zeus then. Gustav sets new fast lap, 135.315. Hang on a minute. Gustav's actually the net leader. As DV's making another overtake of Ron Zeus. I actually, when did Gustav pit? How's he got that much of a gap to these two? I didn't even realise. My bad. Oh, Cameron's in at 4th then. As DV then gets ahead of Ron Zeus this time. Cameron's just trying to keep up there. Oh, Trinity's big 3-second time penalty. That could be crucial near the end of the race. Yeah, I think he's give up now as well, which, as I said first, it isn't good for the constructors for them. They're going to lose a lot of points. As Jabraka picks up a 3-second time penalty. A lot of people picking penalties at this track. Well, DV's still not getting DRS. I'll tell you, a person who is getting DRS is Ron Zeus. Ron Zeus now, speed and power, just literally flies by him. And with this straight line speed as well, Cameron is coming back into the mix. Simon and Trinity still fighting for second, it looks like. But we're keeping on this fight because this is the fight for the net lead of the race. Lap 13 out of 28 now. As on halfway distance as yellows though. That's Martin. He made an error through the fast right, and he's going to have to go in the pits. As everyone looks like they're going to lap. Simblix is LRB now. He's going to get passed by Ron Zeus. Ron Zeus is going to get a bit of help this time. He's not going to be under threat. He's going to get a bit of DRS. So it's going to be crucial for DV and Toxic to get past this guy as soon as possible, because the LRB ain't a lap down. He still needs to pit obviously, but it's going to be interesting. Ron Zeus then making a move. On the inside now, into 5th, and don't count out DV. He's going for it now as well. So Cameron's not that close, and not close enough. And oh, hang on a minute, he almost sent it there. He's got to watch out for Knuth though. Knuth in 9th. Remember, he's, I believe, 2nd in the championship fight now as well. He's now only 9 points behind. Going round the outside. This is very great. The brilliant overtake there from Cameron. Very safe to trust LRB won't run wide or anything like that, but good overtake, gets moved on, and gets moved on before the straight as well, so Knuth couldn't get a bit of an advantage on him, and is already back onto the back of DV. As we're now past halfway distance. Shane's picking up 5-second penalties, and oh my god, and he's retired. So that's why he picked up 5-second penalties. So either he got damage or something, or he's just giving up. One of the two. And Shane's left. Or was that Knuth left? I thought Knuth was meant to host. You know, that's just great when the horse just leaves. Simon and bloody Gustav are now fighting for position. I really don't want to go on board with that. I want to go on board with Ron Zeus. And yeah, Simon's lagging a little bit. Ron Zeus is now okay for now. What about Jabraka in the background? He's fighting away. Nah, I think he deliberately sped in the pits first. So, and you shouldn't be leaving the lobby if you host, because you can mess up the lobby in the lair. So it's just a bit silly from Shane there, but no well. That's Knuth picks up another 3-second time penalty now. Gustav got a gap then of 2.5, and he's going against the championship points leader, who still needs to make a pit stop. I wonder if these guys are going to stretch it to the... I don't know, I think Trinity should have pit by now, because Del Cameron's picked up a 3-second, that's not going to help. But Gustav is a lot quicker. If I was Trinity, I'd just let him go and let him pull him along. Just look at the grip difference. 5-lap mediums compared to 15. They're just a lot quicker. I don't count out Ron Zeus though. I'm going to keep an eye on that fight. As Gustav then makes the move. DB isn't close enough. Someone's gone off the track a little bit there. A bit of grass was picked up. DB's trying to find the line. These two are catching up with the Ferrari of Simon now. Right now, the Mercedes are running a 1-2. Obviously, that's going to change when Lotus pits, but it's good to see Gustav making a pit stop back in a second. And then Lotus, who hasn't made a pit stop, started at the back of the grid and is already in first. So, at least he's started a couple of laps. Unfortunately, that'll be in vain when he needs to pit. And there's yellows. That is slim ball round out of the fast round. No damage to the car. I think he just lost grip. Hopefully he can keep the car under control, as he's under threat now from Freaky Fast now in 14th. Got a bit of contact with Martin earlier. And speak about Martin. Martin's got a 3-second time penalty. Right. What's happened? Okay, Martin's really having a bad day today. He's now in 15th and lost it on the final corner. Zane could be 4-0 possible take on LRB. Should be an easy overtake, but God, he's got hardly any ERS. He needs to save his ERS now, in case Jabraka comes back attacking him later on, and if he wants a chance to try and catch up with the others. As we're on lap 17 out of 28, the pit stops should be soon for the soft runners. I don't expect the medium guys to pit again. And Trinity is in then, and so is Lotus. So both of them in the pits. And they made the call. Simon has stayed out. I remember, the undercut is a bit powerful, so if Simon don't pit next lap, Simon could lose position, well, lose a lot of time to Trinity and Lotus. But Lotus, remember, has a 10-second time penalty, and also the penalties which he's got in today's race as well, which he's going to add on. But Cameron then, in a 5th right now. Simon still needs to pit, so he's currently net 4th for Red Bull. Trinity's last pit lane then, so he's got a big task ahead of him. He's got 11 laps, he's on softs, he has the chance to catch them, so gap to him and leader, let's have a look. Gap to him and leader is 21 seconds. I don't know if he's got enough time to catch the leaders, obviously, but I think he could be up there. There's Ron Zeus then, moving to second. DB sending it. DB is sending it. This could end in tears between the Ferrari and DB. Oh, a bit of wheel banging there. And DB round the outside's got it. And yep, he's got the move done. And the Ferrari loses a position as Cameron absolutely sends it. Wasn't waiting for him. And he's through. Simon just being shown up there and drops to 5th. And Slimbo and LRB are scrapping away. Slimbo started in 10th, I believe, in the race, and he's just had a terrible rest of the race right now. He's currently out of the points, and he needs to keep helping Aston try and get in the points. And hang on a minute. No, I thought Simon really took then, Cameron, but he's in the pits. Let's have a look at the position change, and let's see what the biggest position gainers are today's race. And the biggest position gainers are Lotus, currently 12 positions gained. And the biggest loser, who's still running, is actually Freaky Fast. He's lost 3 positions since the start of the race. So right now then, Trinity would keep the championship lead, I believe. Yep, he would. He'd keep the championship lead. He's currently 9th, which is 2 points. Fast Lap is currently held by Knuth. Oh, I'm speaking of Trinity, he's just got another penalty. He needs to watch out for that. Shabrak has just picked up a pen. As Cameron's now picked up the pace a little bit more. DB's in a bit of trouble. Phillips picked up penalty. People just racking up penalties today. I'll be surprised if nobody else gets any more pens who haven't got pens. Right now though, Cameron picked up the pace and he's now trying to close on DB. It's Red Bull and Haas and Aston all in the constructors here, gaining a ton of points on AlphaTauri. As Latu sets a new fastest lap, 1:33.960. So Knuth no longer has fast lap, currently in 5th then. So we'll only be getting 16, 12, 10, 8, 6. 12, 10, 8, 6. So he'd only get 6 points. Cameron picks up another penalty. He needs to stop picking up penalties. It could cost him a couple of positions. He's now definitely not going to get the podium. Right now, with penalties, he isn't safe right now. He could drop the 6th. So, there's still going to be some good solid points, but Red Bull obviously won a bit more than that. And let's have a look at penalties on Trinity. He's got 6 as well. Even if he did get past Sane, he needs to build a 6-second gap. So, I think Trinity's going to stay where he is, to be honest. Might actually lose another position, as he's now just moved up to 8th. And he is flying. Softs are kicking in, as Martin picks up a new 3-second. I don't know, maybe Trinity 8th, 9th, I think it's going to end up. Still going to keep the championship lead, obviously. I think in 10th they'll tie, so I think they'll tie. I don't know. I'd have to. Well, they would have to add it all up the tier admin. Even then, really under threat now. He's lost a lot of time to Ron Zeus, and he's trying to get back into that hunt, but he just can't make it work right now. Still no DRS for the driver. Actually, no, he's got it somehow. Who's out of DRS range? How's he got that? Oh, fair enough then. No, DV's back in Ron Zeus's hands. Ron Zeus's pace was only temporary. And you'd expect the pace drop to be him saving ERS, but it's actually not. I think he's just lost a bit of pace on the tyres a little bit. going to be interesting then. As Zane and Latus making a move. Latus moves in the 6th now. He's on a charge. Yellow's in sector 2. That is Slimbo yet again round, and he's just not helping Aston today. He's had a shocking day at the moment. Just keeps spinning that car. That's Simon now in the 9th as Jax drops to 10th. Jesus, Martin, how many penalties have you got? Martin's got 12 seconds. Jesus. Although back to the battle for seconds, one lap 22. I had 28. Not that many laps remaining of the race. There's a Williams off in sector 2. Slimbo is round. That is safety car, and wow, now that does throw a spanner into the works. And wow, that lead Gustav pulled is now just being closed all the way right up, and the Aston lost it. So interesting. Do the medium runners pit and go softs and Trinity stays out, or do they stay out on the mediums and risk getting overtaken by the guys on soft tyres? Wow, this has thrown a spanner in the works for the guys on mediums. Remember though, these guys, some of these guys have got like 6-second penalties, so it doesn't help them either. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Unfortunately there for Slimbo, he's had a shocking day in the office and he is out of the race. That is our 4th retirement out of 20. Technically we do have 5 because Simlix isn't in the lobby, so. But, well, that's a shame there. Slimbo out of the race and out of luck for Aston at USA. So, yeah, Gustav will be pitting. So, will the rest of the guys pit? And Ron Zeus is in. Oh god, that was a late call. Cameron's in as well. Kenoth is in. Yeah, I think everyone's going to pit, to be honest. Set the guys are already on softs. Trinity needs to get a move on if he wants to get out in the head. Oh, Gustav's already leaving the pit lane, so he needs to floor it. He needs to use all the power just to get down the straight. Is Trinity going to get ahead of these guys, or will he be behind them? There's the Mercedes leaving the pit lane. There's the Aston. Has he got the car ahead of Ron Zeus? And the answer is no, but he has got ahead of DV. That is crucial, and that is going to help him right now. And yes, DV hasn't got any penalties, but these guys could fight, get penalties, or something could happen later in this race. And I believe the safe call will come in the next lap. Or the lap after, 24, 25, I believe the safe call will be in as Ron Zeus going AI for some reason. So, this is a very interesting turn of events. 3 championship rivals, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Kenoff not that far behind, a couple positions down. But now, Trinity, yes, he is leading the championship, but will he try and help his teammate as well to get some good points? Because I believe right now his teammate isn't safe to score points, if I'm correct. On penalties. He's not really safe if the other lot catch up. So right now Cameron could lose a points paying position. Yeah, Slimbo first crashed on the triple right where the DRS detection zone is for the main home straight with the finish lines. He lost it there, so shame there for Slimbo, as I've said. As we're waiting for the Williams, Alpine and McLaren to catch up. Now, for some reason, Martin's pit, but there you go. It's starting to get a bit cloudy, I've noticed a little bit. No threat of rain, so just clouds starting to come in, which could help the guys on soft runners keep their tyres cool. Everyone is on softs except Simplex, who's on mediums. Just waiting for the safety car. It should be in this lap, but penalties. Ross, are your penalties? I said Cameron isn't safe, if he's asking. Rocco might be, he might get some good points, but Cameron isn't safe. He's got 9 seconds. The guys behind him have got either 6 or 3. The only guy who's matching him on pens is in 14th. And the worst of all for a driver who's got the highest pens in line with 12. Everybody else either got less or none. So Cameron needs to either build a 3-second gap or a 6-second gap for the guys if he wants to get ahead of the guys who've got less pens. If he just wants to get ahead of the guys who've only got 6 seconds, then he needs to get a 3-second gap. And safety car will be in this lap then, so it has been called. Good stuff then. Mercedes are running a 1-2. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. Gustav started last week, got a good result, and it looks like the other Mercs starting last is going to get a good result. Well then, the leader obviously can go as slow as he wants. As long as he doesn't slam the brakes or goes and then stops again. The way he's going to go. So he's getting ready then. Now approaching the final corner on lap number 24. About to begin number lap 25. And Gustav is away then. Gets a good start. Pulls away from his teammate as we get a shocking view. As Ron Zeus then in third. Holds his own as everybody else. Oh, actually, the McLaren look at Knuth, making a move possibly on Simon. Yes, he is. He's still, no, he backs off then late. Zane in 9th right now. No overtakes at the moment. Except Martin trying to get ahead of Philip, but can't make it work. This is it now. Cameron needs to be the biggest team player in this race now. He needs to get ahead of DV. He wants to help Trini at all. He needs to get ahead of DV. He just needs to slow him down for like 6 seconds. I don't think it's possible, but not say never. There's Ron Zeus now trying to make an overtake on Lautus in the Mercedes. Currently in second. Won't stay second for long because he's got a massive pen, so he's going to lose positions anyway. I believe he's got 13 seconds altogether added up with his 10-second added on. So he'll drop all the way to the back, I believe. As Simon and Knuth now fighting away. For 8th, there's Knuth going on the inside, and Simon just with the tyre differences can't make it work. Oh, rear snapping a little bit of lag as well, so that isn't going to help the drivers. As we're going to be beginning lap number 26 soon. But look at Ron Zeus, he's hungry. He wants that Mercedes out of the way. He knows he can win this race or even try and get close to winning. But right now a podium is on the cards. All he needs to do is either stay behind him or get through. Whatever you do, not make an error. As Gustav's a new fast start, 1:33.214. Ron Zeus now in attack position. No DRS active. Lautus defends to the inside. They're going side by side now into the hairpin corner. Is the Mercedes going to shove him off or anything like that? And he's just keeping the car just ahead of him. And wow, great racing there as Lautus holds his nerve, keeps the position as, hang on, Jack's just lost to 11th, so he's made a massive error. I think he might have got wing damage possibly in that Alpha 4 or something. He lost a ton of time in positions there. As Ron Zeus in a bit of trouble. He's got Trinity starting to reel him in. And Cameron Young has done it. Cameron has done it. He's now into 5th position. He needed to get ahead of DV. so Knuth can have a go. Maybe these two may switch. And yes, they are. The Red Bulls doing a switching tactic, which could affect him as well. DV, you're almost trying to make an overtake there on Trinity, but perfect teamwork there. And Cameron knows what he needs to do. Hang on a minute. Is it rain? Yes, there is rain. So there was rain forecast later on in the session, so that could still throw Spanner into the works, as DV's not that far off Trinity, as the Mercedes Aston going side by side again. Ronzus can't make the move to work. Oh no, Cameron's just hit the rear end of Ronzus. Ronzus may have braked a bit too early for his liking. Maybe some damage to the car. Hopefully there isn't. But, wow, that's very lucky that it didn't actually just snap off an end plate there, as Cameron's trying his best. And yes, I think he has got damage. He has got damage, it looks like. He's got minor, which is affecting the car completely. So he might have to let Trinity through. Yet again, the disaster, and yes, it has. He has to let him go. Oh, and that's ended in tears there for Cameron. On the penultimate lap as well. Oh, that's going to be a kick in the teeth. He could still possibly score points, but it's going to be a big ask for the Red Bull. But right now on board with the fight for second position now. Ronzus versus Altus. Gustav looks like he's going to run away with it, but the rain could still change things. There could be a spinner later in the race, but only time will tell. So we're on lap 27 now. Aston still trying to get ahead of the Mercedes, and they've actually dropped Trinity and DV. So DV and Trinity now, the championship rivals, are going to be scrapping away for fourth. DV's got fourth anyway, because Trinity has a penalty, but DV doesn't. So it's going to be interesting. See if Knuth might decide, you know, I might help my fellow TTT driver. But at the moment, Cameron has dropped to 8th place, so that minor damage is just... Oh, and he's round! He's just hit the Ferrari on the Alfa Romeo's round as well! And hang on a minute, the Alfa Romeo's done a reset. That is illegal, Jax. You're not allowed to do that, but... Oh, Cameron is going to be hitting his steering wheel. He's going to be throwing stuff. But hang on a minute, there's yellows ahead. Ronzus makes an overtake, and I thought I saw yellows, but Ronzus is ahead. DV's ahead now of Trinity, and that is a shame. Oh, that's really throwing a spanner in the works. And yeah, that is a big shame there for the Red Bull team. They were going to score some good points, but just let them down. Jabraka moves into 8th then. As Philip picks up a 3-second tyre penalty now. I think Trinity might actually get 4th anyway, I believe, because Altus has still got a 13-second penalty, so he's going to get ahead of him anyway, but he needs to hold his nerve now. He needs to keep these tyres just on the track. You just need to keep the car on the track. Trinity through the S section now. He's got Knuth all over his tailpipe right now, and Zane isn't that far off, so Trinity's not having a good day today, as Cameron has called it a day then, so he has called it a day. He's in 15th. And that is a shame. Yet again, bad luck. Good qualifying, good most of the race, and then just at the end, it just ends in tears. And yeah, I think he'll be a bit annoyed with Ronzus breaking a bit too early, as I said, for his liking. But don't speak about people breaking a bit too early for their liking. Was Trinity there on Knuth? But I think it's game over, Trinity. You're going to lose another position because Knuth is on you. And there we go on the outside. And yep, he's got the position. And Zane, oh my god! Jesus Christ! What the hell happened? Zane just forgot to brake, went straight in the back of Knuth, and wow, Knuth's got must have major floor damage because now Jabraka's making a move. And this could still end in tears between these two drivers. They're going side by side to the fast right. This is ridiculous, especially in the conditions. However, though, we're going to have to draw. Oh my god, there's been a crash. And Knuth is round, and he's going to lose a lot of points. Remember, this guy is 9 points off Trinity. He's going to lose a ton of points. As Gustav then takes the win, Ronzus 2nd, DV finishes 3rd, Altus 4th, Trinity takes 5th then, Jabraka in 7th, LRB 5th now, Martin is somehow in 8th but will lose all those positions, Simon moves to 6th, and Jax in the 10th, Knuth in 11th. He will be disgusted with Jackson 12th and Philip rounding off the grid in 13th position. Wow, I wasn't expecting that major of an impact on the final corner. Well, Firth, you were right. Was caught most of the race, but then at the end, the tears picked up and a lot of accidents. So, Well, good stuff. I won't throw that game. It is the worst game they've ever made. Maybe the 2018 or 2012 copy. I'll be down for that. However, Gustav takes the win, and he will be happy with that and happy with the pace he's shown today. Had a good result in Mexico and a good result today. Ronzu's in second, making a recovery for his championship after Trinity drops to 7th in positions with penalties and all that. So Ronzu's second then. DV does what he needs to try and get the championship lead, but he doesn't get it in third. Barros is somehow 4th, but will lose that, so he'll drop behind Trinity just. So he'll be 7th, so Trinity will be 6th then, but for now he's 4th. LLB 5th, Simon in 6th, Trinity 7th, Freaky Fast in 8th, Jabraka 9th, Martin in 10th, and then Knuth very unlucky there and will be very annoyed with the Hearts of Jabraka, who could get a penalty. Jackson 12th, Philip in 13th, and then Zane also is going to be annoyed and probably getting big penalty from Knuth as he just try to kill him into that corner. And Cameron does get classified 15th. Simblix isn't racing, so he's DNF. Slimble's also DNF. Shane and Noah and Rudy also DNF from today's race. Well then, one action-packed Grand Prix at USA. Another not instant free weekend, and we almost got through that race without a safety car, so it is getting better. Hopefully we can have one race where there's no safety car at all and we can just have pure action. But we'll have to wait and see. Next round is Baku. So join us then and have a good one, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.